you look around the league, there's a lot of teams, in the hunt. We're in the hunt. You sit here and you say, hey, Thanksgiving, and close to the end of November, and we're in the hunt. When you sit around that table tomorrow, you're saying we're in the hunt. And there's a lot of teams that wish they were in the hunt. Well, we're in the hunt.
I'm so happy, and I didn't even have a drop of alcohol. And I feel like I'm going to be saying that in front of a room full of people at one point in my life, but not today. Today, it's just the In the Hunt cast, which we're not even in the hunt. We're in the division lead, and it feels really good. I'm Greg Bob. That's Sean Murphy and Kyle Turner. And I don't know, guys, you can say mean things about me. You can do whatever you want. We can talk about The Bachelor. I don't give a shit. I'll do whatever you want. We can watch an episode right now, and I'll recap it. That's how happy I am. So let's go. Wow.
This made it so much better that this happened the day after Christmas
in New England. In New England.
You know what I mean? Like they, last night, I'm sure everyone celebrated in Boston how they normally do with domestic violence and Jameson and Guinness, like the proud Irish that they pretend to be. And then they all were like, this game's gonna be great. You know what I mean? They felt it. They were like, it's a home game the day after Christmas. And then to just get, I don't want to say embarrassed, but to get handled pretty easily, just had to really hurt them.
Well,
and that makes me feel good.
I think the game was so good that we should start with our boners of the game, because there were boners popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, I have two candidates. I'm going to pick one, but I have two candidates that I want to bring up right off the bat. My runner-up, which is very good, was the entire end of the first half. Because even though we didn't score any points, just the beautifulness of them getting a call taken away and them getting a taunting call, all the fans booing. I mean, I'm making our listeners horny just describing it. It was just a beautiful moment. Belichick was mad. It was beautiful. But I have to give the number one boner of the play to Stefon Diggs scoring a touchdown, and then pointing at New England fans and saying, you suck my fucking dick. And then
I thought it was shut the fuck up.
He did not tell him to tell him to shut the fuck up.
I disagree. I've heard it sounds like suck my fucking dick to me.
This is like the blue dress, gold dress or something.
Yes.
Either way, it's still a dress. And he told fans to either suck his dick or shut the fuck up. And I'm good for
suck my dick's worse. Like, you shut the fuck up, you can say in a way it could be shut the fuck up. But if you tell someone to suck your dick, like that's the worst thing.
Either way, it's great.
I
prefer, my reading of the Zapruder film is that he says, suck my fucking dick, because I think it's a little funnier as well. But either way, I think we should send people to break in Terrell Owens' house, get the key back, and give it to Stefon Diggs, because that's an all-timer move, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to go now?
Yeah.
I don't have multiple boners, because my boner was sustained throughout the entire game to the point where I almost had to call a doctor because it just wouldn't go away. The Diggs one, if I would have mentioned it just because it had to be mentioned, but I'll say the McKenzie catch where he got like the wind knocked out of him or whatever, like that sideline grab and what it meant for that moment, it sealed the game. Basically, because you knew New England was not going to score two quick touchdowns and then put the Bills in field goal range, gave them the first down. They can put the clock down. That was just, I wanted that first down so bad. And that catch was amazing. Like, he was just, wow, what a game he had. Like, he was not a gadget receiver. He was like a number 3 receiver out there.
Before I tell you about my player, it's the whole game you had to be thinking they could cut Cole today and the team might be better, because with Cole on the team, McKenzie sees the field less. And this isn't just a one game where you're like, oh, wow, McKenzie is the best. This has been like, last season they used him a lot more on the field and the offense was better. This season they've used him less and the offense doesn't seem to be as efficient. And this might be the most telling of it, with him taking a prominent role and the offense clicking the best it has all season in any game.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to steal. I know you still got to say your boner, but I'm no all 22 person like Kyle is. But you got to say this is maybe one of the better offensive line performances in a while. Not only did McKenzie go off, but without looking at what he did specifically, it seemed like Ryan Bates did better than like Cody Ford has done in general. So like, why weren't these two people playing the past 10 weeks when the offense needed a shakeup? I don't know.
I'm interested in Kyle's all 22 breakdown of the offensive line performance. So.
Well, first, my boner. I'm gonna go. Greg had his what he figured was the game sealing play. I'm gonna go maybe a little off script here. What I think was the game sealing and maybe the most heads up play of the game was the Josh Allen third down bootleg where it wasn't open. He juked a guy. He juked two guys.
Fourth down.
Was it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, fourth down. Sorry.
That was a huge fourth down. So yes. Yeah.
And again, the D end or linebacker, whoever read it, he was there. And Josh Allen gave him a little, 1-2 with the shoulders. He slowed down, ran by him, juked the cornerback coming in. And that was, that's, Josh Allen's responsible for a lot of boners, I'm sure, but that one was wild. This has got to be one of his best games of his career. This is up there with any game he had last year. He played this game exactly how I've always kind of been like, this is how I want him to play a little bit more, is like that whole first half, just hitting the checkdowns and shit, like hitting the running backs. You're just like, yeah, man. And you saw it, like, on the first play of the game, or the first offensive play of the game for the Bills, he hit Singletary on a check down, which was like a 2-yard gain, and Singletary dragged a guy 8 yards. That's great. Yeah. And sometimes he gets tackled after 2, but also sometimes he drags a guy for 8 fucking yards. Hit the check down.
Which I want to bring this up. I know Greg looked like he saw something fun on his phone down there that he wants to bring up. But I
was queuing up the Diggs audio just in case we wanted to use it. I didn't know my volume was up. I'm sorry. That's very unprofessional of me. No, sorry to all of our listeners.
Well, you're not getting your $12 in Patreon money.
Do you want to play it right now?
Oh, it wasn't a good moment for it, but I'll do it. I don't know how well it's going to come up, so hold on.
Is there ever a good moment for anything?
There isn't. Well, this is what people want to hear. So,
Allen delivers, touchdown, Stefon Diggs.
Oh man,
yeah.
That's a suck my fucking dick.
No, I heard that.
I heard shut the fuck up.
I heard
you heard suck my fucking dick.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we're a pod that can do that. Sorry if you are listening and the kids are in the car and it's not I apologize.
You're not gonna get this type of all 22 breakdown on WGR.
We might have to play that again.
That is that whatever the name thing was, like Laurel or whatever it is. Yeah. That's what this is. I'm hearing
this is the new what if this really did take off, like those things went viral, and you have a nation of people being like,
is he saying shut the fuck up or suck my fucking dick?
I swear it's two people go, all right, at the same time you say what you hear, suck my fucking fuck you. Damn it. Yeah, okay.
There's a lot going on. There's lots. We can probably do boners for a half an hour. I do want to, like, I can't remember which one of you said it. I think it was Kyle. I wanted to respond to it. You said this game wasn't an embarrassment, but the Bills won. I disagree. If you were picture yourself as a New England fan watching this game, this game was not close. You would have never felt like you were going to win the game. I think if you're a New England fan, you were embarrassed and you felt helpless and so frustrated. And it was kind of like how Brady always used to have our number. He'd always get third down conversions. Right. The Bills didn't punt at all. They converted every time they had to convert, except for, some missteps with fourth down. So this game, if you're a Patriots fan, was debilitating.
McDermott is back to having big old balls, which we love to see. And
well, wait till you hear the tweet of the game.
Well, and I have no complaints. This isn't a complaint, but as Greg has mentioned on earlier podcasts, it would have been nice to just utterly curb stomp them. And we did have like 2 100% touchdowns that were just one dropped, one Allen put a little too much. Like that, like we could have won, should have probably won this game like 56-17, you know?
This is like a well-constructed movie. Like it wasn't too bad. Like I was comfortable. The start was key because I needed to calm down.
Yeah.
So for them to go make Mac Jones go 3 and out and show that he's bullshit, score a touchdown right away. Now I can ease in and actually watch the game, not like a scared woodchuck.
Yeah.
But it was interesting enough throughout. And you're right. They could have easily won this game by like 3 touchdowns. The Kumaro one's tough.
And I will say it was, you know, he learned his lesson, whatever. But like when you have the ball 2nd and 1 on the 1, run it 3 times up the middle. Like you're going to score. Like it's almost impossible for you to not score a touchdown.
Oh my God.
Don't throw it 3 times from the 1. Like did the Super Bowl? Did the Super Bowl from 10 years ago teach you nothing? Like it's a yard. You'll get it if you run it 3 times.
As long as you're rolling out when you pass it, I don't mind.
Especially if you're planning, if you know I'm going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we don't get a penalty or a sack and lose a bunch of yards, I'm going for it on 4th down. Why not run it on 2nd?
Yeah.
Like I know I feel like we're reintroducing our during a win when we're not allowed to complain, but we have a little segment dedicated to complaining. There were that little stretch of like 3 passes from the 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that the other a little questionable, nothing crazy, but like when the Patriots scored to cut the Bills lead down to 5. On like a 3rd and 9, they had Mario Addison covering a running back. And I'm like, dude, I mean, that's common sense. Don't put a DN on a running back, especially in that offense. It's probably going to the running back.
And I would say especially kind of like your veteran slower. It's not like it was Rousseau, who's like a 20-year-old 6'6". You know, it's like your oldest defensive end.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too crazy into it.
I also want to bring up, I put this in the thread that we're in that we sometimes talk in during a game, but Singletary gets a lot of crap because he's not, the world's best running back, but I think he's a person, if you have a Super Bowl caliber roster, you'd love to have on your team. Like I compared it to like a Kenneth Davis of like, runs hard, he could pass protect, catch out of the backfield. He's like not a great starter, but he's like, one of the best like 1B running backs you could have on your team.
Listen, don't let one game change your opinion. This guy,
the whole team, the whole season.
Don't listen. If you upgrade the talent, the team is better. That's
but I'm saying keep him as your 1B.
Yeah, maybe 1C.
He had a great game today, and this is the only game they had to win for the whole season. I'll give a shit. So that, whatever. He can have one of my kidneys. If he wants.
Listen, he played great today. I got nothing against Singletary. I do have something against guys that are 5'7", but he just happens to fall in that category.
What about McKenzie? He's short.
No, he's like 5. Didn't we have this in a trivia question? Isn't he like 6'4" or something like that?
No,
Isaiah McKenzie.
I know he's not 5'7" though. Wasn't he part of the question on who was the shortest?
He might be 5'6". No, that was Singletary, Roscoe Parrish, and somebody else.
I want to go on record, and I did mention it, but we were talking about the play calling was really, really good today. I love the play calling. There was a couple of no, shut the fuck up. This is my point. You had your point. You didn't love the 3 passes in the red zone. I fucking loved them.
Yeah.
I thought what they did was great. They just missed a couple things, but man, I love the creative play calling. I never want my team to fucking run up the gut 3 times in a row. I don't care if you win the Super Bowl.
I didn't say that.
I only wanted on the 1. I only wanted on the 1. That's the only time I ever wanted. It's when you're at the 1 yard line.
I mean, the best part about this was McDermott going for it on 4 4th downs.
Yeah.
That was, and look, maybe this is a learning thing for him where he goes, oh shit, I went for it on 4 4th downs and got, was it 2 of them? And then 1 was a drop in the end zone. Like, you essentially, you figure that happens more often than not, man. Just fucking go for it. You put up 33 points on the road. Should have been 40. Should have been more. But I don't know, man. just start going for it. And with that, can I read the tweet of the game? Because it's about this.
Please, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. For the first time ever, I'm gonna read the tweet first and then the guy's name, because it's you'll see why I did it this way. Okay. This was early on in the game. You know, everyone's a bit riled up in the beginning. Every play dictates your entire mood. If it's bad, you hate everyone. The next play is good, you love everyone. He said, I can't believe after watching his defense last drive, McDermott would kick a field goal there when they kicked a field goal and when they had the second drive of the game. Apparently, he can only nut up once a game. Gutless man. His name is McDermott Bean 2024. So this guy's like a fan. This guy, like, you're just shitting on someone that, like, you love. You know what I mean? Like, if you're good, change your name before you shit on the guy.
I do that to Louis all the time. I shit on Louis and I love him.
Well, but you don't call yourself Louis.
I would.
Well, then I would not hang out with you.
That's true.
Well, you know what we haven't done for a while is we brought this up a little while ago, but Kyle's all 22.
Yeah, let's get the breakdown, Kyle.
Isaiah McKenzie, good. Cole Beasley, COVID. Also, yes.
Oh no! Is this a Bortles Reportals or a Luigi segment?
It's definitely not a Luigi's.
All right, that boat horn means we have a Bortles Reportals.
Wow! Why?
Well,
he was signed, Greg.
Yes.
Was he? I didn't even know that. Okay.
He was signed by the Saints, I believe, on like Christmas Eve. So I called up the police commissioner. He went to the top of City Hall, pulled the lever for the Bortles signal, and there's
it's a guy throwing an interception.
Yeah, so silhouetted the night sky. If you're in Buffalo Christmas Eve, you might have seen it. The guy throwing a pick six.
How would you represent that?
It's
so
big
much
light,
imagery
Greg.
in a pick six.
It's a big light.
It takes up the whole sky. It's like the Sistine Chapel ceiling.
And then I got this segment in my email. So here we go. We have a fresh new Bortles Reportals for everyone. A Merry Christmas.
Oh, we back, baby. And guys, I'm bringing you a special Christmas edition. Well, December 26th, post-Christmas edition. I don't know when you guys are going to actually air this edition, but huge news, guys. I just found out that Santa Claus is real. Forget everything you've ever been taught. Let me tell you a little story. It's holiday times anyway. Sit by the fire. Listen to this. The New Orleans Saints are basically left without a quarterback. Sean Payton, head coach, he's won a Super Bowl. He's a great coach. Does the unthinkable, reaches out to Drew Brees, Saints legend, probably a future Hall of Famer, right behind Brady as far as all the stats go, to play quarterback for the Saints. Drew Brees says, no, I don't think I can do it. So what does Sean Payton do? The next best thing you could think of, which leads me to everybody's favorite segment, the Bortles Reportals. That's right, guys. The prodigy, the proud son of Altamonte Springs, Florida, Blake Bortles, was signed by the New Orleans Saints to be a backup quarterback, but still, nonetheless, Super Bowl bound, probably going to lose to the Buffalo Bills. However, guys, Blake Bortles is back in the NFL. That's the only Christmas present you need. That's the story. Tell it to your kids when you're talking to them tonight. Give them a kiss on the head. I love y'all. Merry Christmas.
I don't have kids. Oh.
Well, tell it to your dogs when you're tucking your dogs in at night.
I will, yes.
There they are. See, they just heard Blake Bortles aside. They're going fucking nuts.
Right on cue. Yeah, they're so excited about Bortles. I got them Bortles scarves.
All right, before we get into the question game, we have anything? I mean, probably the biggest win of the year, maybe put at least up there with the Chiefs, 1A, 1B. It feels great to win this game. I mean, got anything else?
I do. I was trying to wait for my dogs to shut up. If you had to tell me it was going to be a split, would you want that, like the way it happened, losing in Buffalo in prime time in that terrible weather game and then winning in New England after, like, this is the way I would want it to happen. Like, if you had, obviously you want them to win both games, but I love that this happened. It's like a momentum thing.
Yeah.
It's such a statement game. I'm just so damn happy. I would have been so upset if they like lost this game.
Yeah, and it was
That's yeah.
I
Go ahead,
liked
Sean.
I liked the momentum, because you want to get hot going into the playoffs. I think you want to.
This is as a fan. Like, I don't know what
Yeah.
that matters as a team, but like for me personally, it like just has me in a really good place mindset. I see them more as a contender now. Like, if they would have won in Buffalo and then lost today, I would question that, I think. So
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think given the circumstances, I agree. I would take today's win. But if the Monday night game, like if you change, like if the Bills won 17-14 and it was still a windstorm and the game pretty much was boring and sucked and the Patriots still ran it 45 times and threw it 3 times. And today, if you flipped it and they won 33-20 or whatever it was, 21, I would be more. But a Monday night win at home would have been a fun experience. If the weather was, if both games were good, I would have taken the Monday night win at home just because I was there and it would have been way more tolerable.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, last week, the Bills win, and I said this game shouldn't change your meter on however you feel about the team. You shouldn't feel better or worse, however you want. I think this is a game where you 100% should feel a little better about the team, especially like you said, because it happened late in the season. But this is the type of win on the road against a good Patriots defense, and you put up 33 easily and you don't punt. I think this is a game that you absolutely should feel a little better about the team and hope that it teaches McDermott to, as our friend McDermott being 2024 would say, to nut up a little more. What does that mean? Nut up?
You know what it means.
But like, I get it, but like, what's the gesture? What's nutting up?
it means to act tougher.
I know, but like, what does that mean? Like, bring your balls up more?
That's a good
Like,
question.
nut up.
I never really thought about the phrase. I know it means get tough, but
Yeah.
put
Like,
your
I,
nuts
like,
up.
you know, yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
when you're like, so say you're in the street and someone insults you and it's clear like something's about to go down. You don't drop your pants and lift your nuts up in the air and shake them a little bit. You don't do that. That's intimidating.
I will now.
Yeah, it's super intimidating. Like,
Yeah.
if a guy lifts his nuts in my direction, I'm gone. Like, I don't want any part of that. So
I'm not.
that's what that means.
I've only fought a couple of naked guys, and I was paid handsomely for it. But I probably wouldn't do it for free.
It wasn't really a fight though, was it? All right, let's. I think in 2 hours I'm going to think of a ton of stuff I'd like to say.
Yeah.
So I'll just do that on my other pod, but I have
Yeah.
nothing right now. So.
Well, and listen, we could always circle back during the question game. You think of something, you add it in. Let's start with Thomas Mulcahy's blurb of the week. Thomas has two things for us today. Says, number one, Merry Christmas to all the In the Hunters and Bills Mafia and everyone. And
Wow.
and he says, I hope everyone is healthy and safe and not getting into political arguments with their families this holiday season.
Mhm.
And his second point is, I'm going to be in Buffalo in late March if any of you guys want a beer.
I'd love a beer, Thomas.
Ooh.
I got the contact for Thomas. I'll.
Okay.
We talk all the time about media people I hate now, so we'll have a beer and talk about that. So
It's just the same guy over and over.
it's not a lot of people.
I might be in Buffalo in mid-March. I don't know if I'll be there in late March, but you know.
Oh, the Ides, beware.
Yeah, you got to beware. Okay, into the question game. Greg, little fun fact here. You've won 5 in a row.
5. I thought it was 3.
Shit.
5 in a
I
row.
gotta start.
I'm like the
trying here.
Patriots, though. It's a Mac Jones 5-game win streak. It is not.
It's a lot of
It is
check
I am
down
a
on the
paper
questions.
champ, That's right.
I'm out here playing hero ball.
So
Kyle's
the,
throwing
getting a lot of
INTs.
turnovers. That's how I'm winning.
so the jersey on the line, Gabe Northern. We have an
Wow.
upcoming Patreon where we watch the music
He
scene.
didn't play.
Yeah, right. We
Okay,
have an
I
upcoming Patreon where we watch the Music City Miracle game, and Gabe Northern was playing. I was like, oh, I forgot about that guy. So question number 1. We'll start with Kyle because he needs to, even things up a bit here.
Start fast.
Kyle, who was the last Bills player to get into the Hall of Fame? Was it Bills member? Was it A, Bill Polian, B, Bruce Smith, or C, Ralph Wilson?
Oh, boy. It's got to be Bill Polian.
Okay. Bill Polian. Greg, what do you say?
It's Bill Polian.
It is Bill Polian. Bill Polian was in 2015. The other two were 2009.
No.
Which, by the way, I don't know if this is worth talking about, but Steve Tasker, semifinalist again. Does he belong?
Yeah.
Do you care?
There's more. He belongs. I think I care because he's a Bill. I liked him as a player. He seems like a really cool dude. He's still involved with the team, so that would be awesome if he made it. He seems to have more momentum than in past years, but I have absolutely no idea what gets you through.
Yeah.
So I think he'll get in eventually. But
I'll say this as a Bills fan. If Steve Tasker was on, I don't know, the Eagles, would I give a shit if a gunner got in to the NFL Hall of Fame? I'd probably be like, yeah, no, it's a gunner. So
he also was a moderately productive receiver.
Oh, good. Well, then put him in.
Okay. All right, I will. I'm putting him in. He said.
Send in your ballot, Sean, for a moderately productive wide
I'm just
receiver.
saying it all goes. If he was just a gunner, I don't know. I think that's like, it's an added bonus.
That's how I have no opinion. I guess I do have an opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Question number 2. We'll start with Greg. Greg, what number is higher? Tyler Bass's jersey number or the amount of listens this podcast had on Christmas Day?
Oh no, really? That's not good. I would want more than 2 people to listen to us.
On Christmas Day, though, we hadn't had an episode. That was a Saturday.
You got the family. It's like the reading of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Everyone gets together and listens to our Karate Dog Patreon.
This is no Patreon. This is just the regular episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say people listening to the In the Hunt cast, and I'm gonna say the number is, this doesn't count, above 15.
Okay.
Well, I know how podcasts work. And I know there's some lab in India where some guys are that's what they do. They download and listen. I don't fucking I don't know the legit. That's 100% true. Am I wrong, Sean? That's true.
I don't know.
It's true, man.
Sean know about a lab in India where people listen.
Sean, do me a favor. If you can, look up the number of listens we have in India. I guarantee it's like
well, there's also like a billion people. There's like double the amount of people in India than in America. So like
people accidentally listen to the It's like the millions of monkeys typing, and one of them eventually had the complete works of Shakespeare.
With that being said, I am keeping pace with Greg at least and saying it's higher, and I'll go. He said higher than 15. I'll go 11.
Oh, okay. So here we go. That's
no.
We both answer the same thing. Do you want to do that?
Listen,
you want to nut up, Kyle? Yeah, you want to nut up?
Let me see for a point. Let me see your balls.
Let me see what the answer.
You're both right. We had more. I mean, normally you're both right in terms of the amount of listeners we'd have on like a slow Saturday, but this being Christmas Day, we only had 4 listens. And then
come on, India, damn,
is 2. Question 3, Kyle.
On India.
Do you think those 4 people, like there was an argument, a drunk dad ruined Christmas, and the kid just stormed up to his room and was like, I need to listen to In the Hunt. And just threw his headphones on.
I guarantee that's how it happened.
Question 3, Kyle, start with you. There's a tiebreaker if necessary. Who did not play in the game? Who's not?
Damn it.
Yeah, although I'll say it's who's not dressed for the game today because I didn't look up snap counts. I'm not in all 22. Is it A, Isaiah Hodgins? Is it B, David Andrews? Is it C, Justin Bethel? Or is it D, Felix Leiter?
You said who didn't dress for the game?
Well, I mean,
correct?
Yeah. I mean, it's technically always who didn't dress. I just, I'm not looking at snap counts. I'm just looking at inactives before the game starts.
I'm going to go Isaiah Hodgins.
Okay.
David Bethel. Who was the second one? I've never heard of that person.
You have David Andrews, Justin Bethel, and Felix Leiter.
I'll go Bethel. That just jumped out at me.
Bethel, you're both wrong. Bethel is the defensive back, and I did have that Isaiah Hodgins. He was promoted from the practice squad, and he was not inactive today, so he's supposedly dressed out on the sidelines there. And Felix Leiter was a character. He's a character in James Bond. He's the CIA operative and friend of James Bond, played in the most recent movies by Jeffrey Wright. So that means we go to the tiebreaker. We'll start with Kyle for the tiebreaker. Gabe Northern career tackles. How many did he have? Closest gets it.
Didn't even know he played defense. You could have said receptions. Career. Yeah. He sounds like a linebacker.
This seems unfair for him to go first. And then by that, I mean unfair for me. Do you want to shout out a number on the count of 3?
Okay, yeah, you both shout out a number.
Because honestly, I knew
I'll
he played football. I watched Gabe Northern play, so this seems unfair.
Okay,
because if you give out a number, I'll know where to go.
I'm going to count it down, and when I say go, you both shout out your numbers. Okay, here we go.
Yep,
Think of a number. 3, 2, 1, go.
546.
So
wait,
I didn't know he played, but he's second on the Bills all-time tackle list.
That's not even a lot.
Yes, it is. I mean, 100 in the season's a lot. Is he that good? He has 500.
Did he play for other teams?
Yes, he played for Minnesota.
So
okay, well, you figure you have like an 8-10 year career. You have 80 tackles a year.
So Kyle had 546. And what was yours?
78. I just said 78.
Well, yeah. Greg, you're very close. 88 career tackles.
What the fuck? Why do you guys know this guy? What'd he do?
He played defensive end. He had a decent season for the Bills. He was a pretty good player. I mean, he was decent. He was.
I thought he was a linebacker.
He was better than Ryan Denny.
He was a defensive end / outside linebacker.
If you're
Tweener.
going by that standards, you should go with Sean and put him in the Hall of Fame for being moderately average.
He was a classic tweener, so he was fast
so he
and a
did
little bit
porn.
bigger. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a porn
no,
word.
it's
I have
twink.
no idea.
He said he's a classic tweener, not a classic twinker. You dumb idiot.
Would you guys be interested if Pornhub had a category that was just videos of Bill Belichick being mad? Like, I would think that, if I ran Pornhub, I would make that a category.
Can I tell you a true story? I always mean to bring this up whenever we're playing the Patriots. Like 6 years ago, I was, just hopelessly bored, and I cut together like a 4-minute video of Boston sports fails. So I found all their worst moments on YouTube, going back to like a Larry Bird missed shot, all the sports. I set it to Pharrell's Happy, and I uploaded it to Pornhub. And I remember checking in on it a couple years ago, and it had a couple hundred views and whatnot. But I went to look for it recently, and I can't find it anymore. Must have gotten taken down.
Well,
everything
not
stays
in
on the internet.
Maybe it's actually on their premium content now, and you got to pay for it.
But I think I have it somewhere. Maybe I'll put it on our Patreon. People want to watch it.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's a good watch. You'll get what you need out of it. Next week, home for the Falcons. Falcons are on the rise a little bit. But
they're 7-8 or something. Like their record is not that bad. It was I thought they had 2 wins. So
yeah, they were very bad in the beginning of the year, and they've kind of fallen up to average. I mean, they beat the Lions today. Let's not go crazy.
Boy, if I ever had a comedy CD, it would be called "Falling Up to Average." Luckily, I'll never aspire to that.
So, Kyle, we still need a key to the game. They're not as you said, they're played better recently. So
Matt Ryan, if you look at only stats, is Hall of Fame worthy. And I know we've brought that up a lot in this podcast, but if you only look at stats, he's like the fastest player ever to reach 40,000 yards, or maybe that's Matt Stafford. I could just be lying. But either way,
or maybe that's a twink. I don't know what. Who knows?
So I found while researching the keys to the game here, what could we do? So I found out that Matt Ryan does this thing with the Falcons called let me read this, it's an online reading program called Read with a Falcon. Okay, and it's kids books. Kids can log on.
God, we gotta sign you up for that.
They don't teach you how to read. That's what I need. And so you log on and you watch them as they read a book. And I think it would be great if we made a book, dressed it up like a kid's book, but then you open it and it's like, 50 Shades of Gray or something. Maybe a controversial book.
Didn't know it was going to go there. I thought it was going to be like the story of a little boy named Maddie who does everything wrong, like to get his head. It's like a little red-headed quarterback that just keeps fucking everything up.
I mean, Greg wrote a couple of books here. We have a novelist on the pod. Can you write one and then dress it up? It'd be like Fun with Matt, and then it's just like the anarchist cookbook. He starts reading it, and then before you know it, he's like, should I just tell you how to read make a Molotov cocktail? And then he gets arrested, and then he can't play the game.
Oh man, yeah.
I'll get right on that, Kyle. That sounds like
this is the key to the game. It's on us, guys.
This key to the game keeps taking wild turns I was not expecting.
There are worse books that I could have said, and I went with those two, and I think that's pretty good.
Yeah,
we can have two different themes. Either shut the fuck up or suck my fucking dick. Those are the two. I'll go with one of those two.
I could have said the Holy Bible. I'm joking. God. Literally.
Okay. Well, I'd like to think the Bills keep the heat going. Falcons, they're on the rise. We're at home. We get some people hopefully back from COVID protocol. They'll be interesting going forward if they let McKenzie outsnap Beasley, because the slot receiver has been better in this game than the entire season. So that would be interesting the next 2 weeks, what kind of works its way out with that.
I don't know how the hell you don't have him like not only active, but you need to have him in the game.
I agree.
Even the toss sweep, beautiful little play.
Yeah. Him just running even when he doesn't get the toss sweep, but he just runs in front of Allen, that alone causes some disruption to the defense. Mm-hmm. And if Beasley does that, I don't even think the defense moves. I think they're like,
they're different athletes. Yeah.
So I think the Bills win. I'm gonna say it's kind of like a Panthers game, like a little frustrating. Like the score looks better than like we should be pounding them, but it's a little closer than it seems. So I'm gonna say we win 31-17.
I'm nervous because you just came off a huge win and the season's just been so stupid. I think they're going to win. And when they win, they don't win by 3 points. So while I'm nervous, I'm going to say they're going to win by 2 touchdowns. So 28-14. I don't know. Okay. Even though that score never happens.
Well, this game, I'll tell you why it scares me. Tremaine Edmonds. Okay. He has, I don't know if you know this, but they have a little tight end on their team named Kyle Pitts, who's pretty good. They also, I don't know if you know, their star running back / wide receiver, Cordell Patterson, having a monster year at the ripe age of 32 or whatever. Those are both guys that Edmonds will have to cover for the majority of this game. And that scares me. With that being said, I think Atlanta brings us back down to earth and they beat us narrow margin 49-10.
You piece of shit.
Sorry, Greg, I'm not a homer.
That's true. You are definitely not a homer. I will say that.
What what an episode, what a game.
Wait a minute. How was your guys' Christmas? It's our Christmas episode. How are we not talking about Christmas here?
Our Christmas episode had 4 listeners. I had a wonderful holiday, Kyle. Thank you so much for asking. I had a nice.
What did you get?
I got some gloves. I got some pajamas. I got a bunch of comfortable things.
Okay. Getting ready for the weight gain. I like it.
Yeah, nice. The weight gain's here. I know you don't believe
Sean, anything fun?
I got some AirPods.
Yeah. You got let out of COVID.
I got let out of COVID protocol.
The government let you out.
Me and Dawkins, I got a call from McDermott. He's like, you and Dawkins, you're good to go. And so it was nice. Got some new pillows.
Oh, that's huge. That's a big... no joke. They are no joke. I got a Bills win over New England, and it's honest to God, it's the only thing
I didn't know we could ask for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Kyle, what did you get?
I got a PlayStation 5.
Whoa,
You piece of shit.
Well, that hurts.
Me and Greg got pajamas and pillows,
Yeah, I
and
know.
young Kyle over here is like, I got.
I'm gonna tie my pajamas together and hang myself.
If you guys ever want to
PS5.
come over, I'll let the doorman know to not let you in.
I don't even know how to play PS. Like, I don't even know how many buttons on their controller. I wouldn't know what to do.
Well, I'll let you know. And I also got some fun little edibles. They're
Aw.
peach rings. You ever have a peach ring?
I know. No,
Well,
Like
I
the
don't.
candy, a peach ring?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, they're peach ring edibles. And I
Oh,
don't know
nice.
if peach ring knows about them, but
As,
I got them.
As the regular listener knows, we considered Greg going to Kyle's house today, have edibles so he could relax. Didn't end up doing it. We will do it at some point. We don't know when. It could be fun the next 2 games. Pressure's a little low, but Greg, as we know, is always a maniac. So maybe in the next 2 weeks we'll experiment with that. We'll see what their schedule's like,
Now that I know Kyle has a PS5 and he wants to let me play it, the chances just went up.
That'll help you learn how to play it. A peach ring edible. I'm sure then it'll all click for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, reminder, sign up for that Patreon. A lot of fun stuff over there. Good bonus episodes. We got a bunch of them piling up. We're part of the Helium Podcasting Network. Go see a show. Go to iTunes, rate us, leave us a review. That supposedly helps. It takes 30 seconds and it's free. Help us out, please. Tell a friend. Follow us on Twitter. Sometimes I throw up some shit on YouTube. And of course, email us at inthehuntcast@gmail.com.
Oh man, I always forget about that.
No, we'll open up the emails in a next 2 episodes will probably be light in terms of stuff to talk about, but so we'll get to it then.
We're gonna
be playing for the division.
We're gonna be talking about we're gonna be talking about who we want the Bills to play in the playoffs.
That's true.
We'll have time for that shit. So, but send an email. Email us who you want the Bills to play in the playoffs, so we can never read it.
We will get to the emails if we can.
Okay, so it's not that we don't get to the emails; it's that no person ever in the world wants to email. Like,
I
no
think
one
for
wants
a long time it was legitimately us forgetting for months on end.
Yeah, I know I've seen 2 emails in there. We have at least 2 emails to read.
We're practically a corporation.
If you could, again, I guess if you could put an email account in the Hall of Fame, according to Murphy's standards,
yes.
We belong in there.
Do we know what it is again? It's in the hunt
cast@gmail.com.
Okay.
Greg's gonna send us an email that we'll get to in a couple months. It'll be funny in a couple months when we get to it. Thanks for joining us. Go Bills! What a win!
Yeah.
Join the Patreon.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! We love you.
You guys have plans for New Year? I'm just kidding. We'll go on.
We'll talk about that next episode, Kyle. All right.
Yes. Sorry.
We love you, sweeto.
The Bills won.